Hi. I don't know about you, but I've been starting to try and appreciate things a lot more recently. To slow down and just to notice and enjoy more. To enjoy things like nature more and food, good coffee, good company. And often I'm unfortunate that these things pass me by or not enjoy them how perhaps they're made to be enjoyed, how they can be enjoyed. But during lockdown and recently, I have often walked with my baby daughter around our nearest park pretty much at the same time every morning. Slowly I started to take it in more, noticing the leaves on the trees, the birds singing, and the rain in my face, or often the sun as well, when it's been lovely weather. But as I walked, many anxious and ruminating thoughts came into my head. Things like what will happen? What will happen with the health of people I love, or the health of the people in this country or around the world? What about work and money? Or a way to get enough toilet roll for my family, for example. And bread flour for the bread baking craze. And I know these are first world problems, many of them, but there's things which get round in my head. However, as I noticed, enjoyed the beauty and slowed down, I felt somebody was with me. I felt somebody was holding me and steadying me. That somebody, I believe, is God. Now, the issues didn't instantly go away, and challenges remain. But as I sense now, I do not face them alone. As I turn my thoughts and my affections to God, notice the beauty around me, and thanked Him for all He has done, I realise He is there, with me. As I notice this, deep soul feeling, mind feeling, satisfying pleasure came to me. The pleasure I felt and feel when in His presence made me look to my daughter, who's so amazing, engaged in so much. She's especially amazing and finds joy when it comes to food, but she does like to throw it on the floor quite frequently. And my wife and I give her food. She gets so excited and is hungry to try the next food. I can't stop thinking about the enjoyment of His presence is like when my daughter enjoys her food, or she finds something she's really interested in or fascinated in. It's so good, satisfying, and she really embraces it and really enjoys it and tastes it if it's the food. My daughter teaches me a lot, but she's definitely teaching me about how I need to be more engaged, hungry and excited about what God has given me, especially His exquisite presence. And that is very near to me. It makes me think of the beautiful psalm in the Bible which says, "Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in Him," which is Psalm 34, verse 8. God invites us to taste how good He is, to taste how much He loves us, and taste how much He cares for us. He invites us to the dinner table to taste and see and enjoy Him. That He is better than the finer things in life, and the finest things we can taste. I believe that part of this is being in His presence as much as possible, not seeking to be in His presence in a legalistic way, but because we want to and because it's best for us. I know that being in His presence helps me so much. It dissipates my negative thoughts, feelings and behaviour patterns. It gives me peace in my fears. It calms my anxieties. It gives me joy instead of my unfulfilling desires, and fills me with contentment. And as I said earlier, it just really steadies me and just feel like I'm held. I've been reading a couple of great books about this beautiful thing of calling God to mind recently. One is by Brother Lawrence, who was a 17th century monk who spent the majority of his life in a kitchen working in Paris. And he wrote a book, it's called Practicing the Presence of God, which he did. And he said, and I thought it's beautiful, he said, He does not ask much of us, merely a thought of Him from time to time, a little act of adoration, sometimes to ask Him for grace, sometimes offer Him your sufferings, at other times to thank Him for the graces, past and present, He has bestowed on you in the midst of your troubles, to take solace in Him as often as you can. Lift up your heart to Him during your meals and in company. The least little remembrance will always be the most pleasing to Him. Why do you not cry out very loudly? He is nearer to us than we think. So God is never far away and is in all things. There's beauty in doing the ordinary and beauty in doing the mundane with God. We can encounter God in all things, in things like washing the dishes or seeing a beautiful view and doing something which we may think is very special. But as I heard recently in a podcast, we must obliterate any and all divide between the sacred and our everyday tasks. I know I for one don't want to miss out on all of the incredible moments I can have in the presence of God anymore. As when we simply acknowledge Him and turn our thoughts and affections to Him, the joy and peace is indescribable.